on AM, FM, online and on digital radio.
This is BBC Hereford and Worcester.
It's 5 o'clock, the main news tonight from Justin Sorrell.
A woman from Sheffield believes a snake found by a couple in their car on the M5 in Worcestershire is her lost pet. The couple say they pulled over on the hard shoulder when their dog started barking and found the snake wrapped around their dog's leg. Fiona Wellington believes her 5-foot corn snake Keith had stowed away in a car she'd sold recently, but assumed it had slithered out while they were on holiday.
In August we went camping in France, and one morning I went out and found some snake skin on the floor in the car. So it blatantly had been living in there from June till August. But then my friend who keeps snakes said that after they shed, they're really hungry. She said so she'd reckoned that it would have escaped from the car then and gone to find food.
It's 5 minutes past 5.
Andrew Easton.
The day's news and the people making it.
BBC Hereford and Worcester.
Good evening. The Andrew Easton radio show is here. It's a fantastic Friday, and our main story tonight and throughout the day has involved a snake. It is a 5-foot corn snake, and it was discovered in the car of a couple as they transported their newly bought vehicle through Worcestershire. Police say the man and woman who'd bought the car in Sheffield pulled over on the M5 after their pet dog became distressed, only to find the reptile wrapped around the dog's leg. Can you imagine? I know you weren't expecting this when you got in your car. Turn the radio on, will you? Don't be terrified, it's not dangerous. An hour or so ago, Nigel Hands, a snake expert based in Ledbury, shared his theory on how the reptile ended up in the car.
I believe that actually the snake has possibly been in that car for a few months now. It's unusual, but they're looking for somewhere warm, really, and particularly this time of year, because we're getting into the autumn and it's getting colder now. OK, listening to that, Fiona Wellington, who believes the snake may belong to her. Hi, Fiona.
Hi.
Hi, well, just take us back to the start of all this. Why do you think this is your snake?
Well, basically, back in June, I'm a teacher in a hospital for children with mental health issues, and I decided to take the snake in because one of the children particularly loved snakes and stuff. And that morning, I put him down in the hallway in the travel case and put him in the car in a rush, took the kids to school, got to work, lifted the case out of the car, and he was missing. So I thought it could either be in the hall, in the house, or in the car, but couldn't find it at all. And Keith had gone missing from June, didn't see hide nor hair of him, and then basically went camping in France this summer, truly believing the snake had disappeared and dead, and went out to the car and found snake skin in the car. So he'd shed in the car in France, but we still couldn't find him. And then came back, and my friend said she reckoned he probably stayed in France because it was warm. But basically then went to the garage and they gutted the car and really looked for him. I've been taking bits apart trying to find him. I've even slept in the car on a couple of occasions.
Have you?
With a dead mouse, trying to entice it out. But
wait a minute. You've slept in the car with a dead mouse, hoping the snake comes out?
Hanging the dead mouse by a bit of cotton, because Keith likes to strike for mice rather than find them. But nothing happened, so we just assumed that it completely stayed in France, really. And we couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it today when someone forwarded me the article on Facebook and said, "Is this your snake, do you think?" And then I've just found out from reading another newspaper article that it is a Nissan Navara that the car was found in. And
so you're hoping to...
Right. I'm really hoping. My little boy's just got home. He's just sitting with me here, and he's just got home from Sheffield Wednesday football camp, and I've just told him, and he's just going, "I really hope it's Keith."
You hope it's Keith. Now, how will you know if it's Keith or not? Does he answer to the name of Keith?
No, but I should imagine the only snake that's escaped in a Nissan Navara in the last few. I don't know what to say. I suppose you could call him Keith and see if he'll come.
Okay, so what do we do about this next?
Well, I don't know. I just really hope that people who've bought my old car aren't cross with me, because I was so sorry that I just didn't think he's still in the car.
Do you even have the detail of the person that bought the car?
No, I don't. I don't know who's bought the car, because I traded it in at Bristol Street Motors, who then sent the car off to auction, basically.
This is a problem, isn't it?
So I don't know how to get hold of these people. But I just feel awful, because obviously it could have been really bad. But I truly believe that Keith had just died or left in France. So...
What say I was able to help you?
Really? Jack, did you hear that? Jack, can you hear this man? Listen. Listen carefully. Jack, this man just said he might be able to help us. Okay.
What say I was able to help you both?
Yeah? What do you think, Jack?
That's really good.
Okay. And Keith, this is your snake? He's your friend, is he, Jack?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you miss him?
yeah, a lot.
Okay. Well, look, I have Claire on the other line.
Claire?
Hello, Claire.
Hello?
Have you been purchasing Nissan Navaras with snakes in them?
I have indeed.
Oh, my gosh. Jack, can you hear that? She did buy a Nissan Navara.
Tell us the story, Claire. Tell us about buying this car in Sheffield.
Oh, my God.
Yep. So last night we purchased the car, the Nissan Navara from Sheffield. Driving along, we nearly got to Strensham Services, and we believe Keith, perhaps, jumped out and surrounded our dog, who was asleep in the back of the Navara, and wrapped itself around, presumably trying to keep warm, and gave me quite a shock. I never genuinely thought I was ever going to say out loud,
So sorry.
there is a snake wrapped around the dog, we're going to have to pull over.
Oh, my God.
Good grief. That must have been terrifying heading down the motorway.
Yeah, it was one of those moments where you have to look back twice and say, am I really seeing a snake? It's quite a pronounced snake as well, with lots of colours. So, and as it moved around the dog, it caught my eye, and yeah, we had to make a rapid stop.
I bet you did. And what did you do? You called the police?
No, we pulled over into the hard shoulder. I removed the dog, leaving the snake in the back of the car. And as I got out with the dog, the police pulled over thinking there had been an accident. And so the police were on scene within a couple of minutes. We moved to safety, and the police came over to the vehicle and took some photographs of the snake, sent it off to some experts to identify what type of snake it was, and it came back quite quickly that it was likely to be a corn snake, and then proceeded to escort us to Strensham Services, where we met a reptile expert, and he went through the car. We took all of the car apart in Strensham Services looking for the snake, and the bad news is that the snake is still missing in action.
Oh, my God.
But he's in the car.
We believe he's in the car. Currently, my partner has got most of the Dolphin pub in Wick looking for the snake, still taking the car apart and echoing exactly what the lady said, trying to use all different techniques to try and lure the snake out.
But you know he hasn't got out of the car?
No, we don't think he's got out. We think he's been living in the roof of the car. There's lots of evidence that he's got some feces up there, and evidence that he's been in the truck for quite a while. So we had the roof out, but because he's quite a thin snake, despite being quite long, he could really get in anywhere.
Okay. So what do you make of that, Fiona? He's okay, and he's alive, and he's still in the car, and now he needs, I guess, you to go and find him.
That's just... Oh, Claire, I feel awful. I'm so sorry. I truly believed he was dead or missing.
And did you say you traded the car at Bristol Street Motors?
Yes.
Isn't it bizarre that I'm now back in Bristol, so he's gone up to Sheffield
Oh, my
and
God.
now he's back in Bristol?
Oh, do you know my little boy's Jack's sitting here. Jack, do you want to speak to Claire? Yeah.
Do you think it's Keith?
I don't know. He certainly sounds like Keith, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, if we find him, we'll look after him. We'll call you as soon as we find him, and we'll get him back to you, okay?
I've measured Keith once and he was exactly 5 foot long.
Was he? He's a very long snake, and I don't mind saying I was a little bit scared of him, but I've seen a picture of you with him wrapped around you, and you look very happy about it.
Yeah. I read him books every night when I had him.
What books did you read, Jack? What books did you read him?
Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
Oh, well, maybe I should start reading that in the back of the car tonight and see if we can lure him out.
Well, it is either that or you sleep in the car like Fiona did
Oh, no.
with a mouse.
I wouldn't recommend that. I had backache for days.
I'm quite a brave person, but spending the night in the car with a potential snake,
Snake.
I'm not really sure.
He is very gentle, Claire. He won't hurt anyone, and I think he was just trying to get warm. He'd be so hungry now as well.
Yeah.
Well, look, I tell you...
We've been advised to use a hot water bottle in a box.
Oh, I tried that
lure
one.
him out.
Well, I tell you what we'll do is we'll put you two in touch, because where are you, Claire?
I'm in Bristol, South Bristol.
Okay,
Oh, my God.
so you're way down in Bristol, they're up in Sheffield. There's going to be a road trip and a meeting and some sort of
Definitely.
epic reunion with Keith.
Oh, my goodness, I can't wait. If we find him, Claire, Jack will just...
I know this is going to have a happy ending. It has to.
It has to.
And most importantly, you've got to tell us what happens.
Oh, gosh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Claire?
Before you... Would you...
Thank you.
Oh, hang on, go on, Claire.
Yeah, no problem. I will look after him, Jack, if I find him.
I tell you what, we'll put the pair of you in touch, okay? So both stay on the line and
Okay.
we'll sort that out. Is that okay, Jack?
Is that okay, Jack? Ooh, fireworks. Sorry, fireworks have just gone off outside somewhere.
Okay, well, Claire,
Okay, thanks.
Claire,
Can I just mention ever so quickly, a very dear friend of mine's written a book called Jeff Reed, and the book's called Love Beyond Blame. Could I just encourage people, it's about a father's love and fight and determination to do right by his sons.
Oh, okay.
Please buy it if anybody can find it. It's a lovely book.
Well, good. Well
It's got
done.
about snakes in it.
Well done for getting the plug in. Thank you, Claire. And Fiona, it would appear that this could all have a happy ending, so make sure you let us know what you...
I really hope so. Thank you so much for helping.
That's all right. Stay
Thank
on the line,
you.
both of you, and we'll sort that out. I think that might have been the nicest thing that has happened in a very long time on this radio show. That is the story of the 5-foot corn snake, Keith, who was discovered in the car of a couple as they transported their newly bought vehicle through Worcestershire. Claire was in the car with her family. They found the snake. Fiona, well, they've lost it. They believe Keith had long gone. It appears he is still around, and they're going to find him, and they're going to get that reunion sorted. Good stuff. It's BBC, Hereford and Worcester on a Friday night.